Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017, and welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. So we ended up putting up 51 silage bales, and I've got them out here by the road. I set them up north to south, right? So they get the same amount of sun on both sides. Does that make sense? Right? I didn't want to set them up east to west, because then they'd only get sun on the southern side. I think that's a thing. So that left us with a ton of grass still on the field. And I've been tedding it. Tedding it? Teating it. You say ted, you say teeter. I say ted it. I've been tedding it. And I'm going to finish that off, and then we're going to hop in the rake. We got a new rake. Slightly bigger. It's not a ton bigger. Check this out. This is my favorite tedder in this game. Look at the unfolding animation on this. Just those little mechanical bounces, you know? And then the way the weight comes down onto the hydraulics. Pardon me, I gotta clear my throat. Yeah, man. What a super realistic mod. Right, so we'll just do these last few rows here, and then we'll hop in the rake. We got a bigger rake. And the funny thing is, it's not that much bigger, but it cost us like $100 grand. Because, well, I'm just kind of dumb. And then I also got a wheel loader, because we're going to have big square bales. I think that's our next evolution here, is we're going to row this up, and then we're going to grab our square baler with our 3-bale chute on the back of it. And I think, because this is all part of the straw harvest add-on, I think the grab that I got that fits our new wheel loader, I think we'll pick up 3 at a time. I think. We'll see. So yeah, that'll be cool. And we don't have any cows yet, and we don't have any money. So I think it makes more sense to sell those hay bales than it does to put them up for the cows that we don't even have yet. I think that makes sense. And I would sell those silage bales right now if they were silage bales, but they're not. They're just wrapped grass. So we got to give them a minute. But as soon as we can sell those, we'll sell those, because there's 50 of them at $2K a piece. That's $100 grand right there. So that'll really help out, because we're pretty light on money right about now, I have to say. But we'll be, we have so much canola in the field. And I've never really grown sugar beets. So I don't know if we're going to make any money with them or not. I know we won't make any money with barley, but we'll have a ton of straw bales that we won't have to buy. I mean, we can sell a lot of those straw bales, because again, we don't have any cows or pigs, so we don't actually need them yet. But I want to save a few of them. But the rest we'll sell. We'll get some good money for those. Wheat, barley, I don't know. I mean, you get some money for it, but I personally have never really made money with wheat or barley. Canola, yes. Sunflowers, yes. And we have plenty of that in. Sugar beets, we'll see. And I think it makes sense to rent the Ropa first time around, because I don't know how much money we're going to make, and I don't want to spend $500,000 on a sugar beet harvester. If we can pay it off, if we can make our money back within a season or two, yeah, absolutely, let's buy it. But first time out, let's rent, because I don't know what we're going to get out of our sugar beet fields. And with seasons, sometimes you really need to store crops and then sell it when the price is right, rather than just selling it immediately. Although, let's get this folded up. Although we will probably sell our barley straight away. And I'm curious why we're getting these patches of plow texture coming through. I don't know where that's coming from. And I don't know if it's going to go away when the grass regrows, or if we're like gouging holes in our field. I don't know. Fascinating. And take a look at this wheel loader we got. You gotta love it. Well, maybe. Maybe it will. We had our salesman down at the local JCB dealer. We had him pull some strings at the factory, and we got ourselves a red JCB wheel loader, as you do. Right. We need to go pick up. We need to go pick up our chute. For our baler. And we also, I think this thing comes loaded. I know the Krone Ultima baler. Let's zoom in here. Zoom through the wall. There it is. I know the Krone Ultima baler comes loaded with foil and net and everything else. But for some reason I'm thinking the Straw Harvest one, you have to load it before you can use it at all. No worry, we have the stuff right there. So this is our chute. I'll take this outside. And really we don't even need to be doing this yet because we haven't wrote anything up yet, but whatever. Whatever, man. It's just a game. We can pull this right over here. Over here. And I can pull the baler with this 1455. I just can't run the baler with it, but I can move it around. So let's go grab it, and I can at least see. And the way I have that stuff laid out in the shed, I think you can just pull this. Can you tell I haven't used this a whole lot? I think you can just pull it up next to whatever it is that you want to load into it. But we do have the front loader with the pallet forks if it's one of those deals where you actually have to like get it up into a small trigger, like off the ground. You know what I mean? Like actually load it in there. And then the Krone Ultima that we were working with, pardon me, the Krone Ultima that we were working with did run out of a couple things. Lower twine boxes. Let's get out in the sunlight here and see if these have anything in them. So we're out in the sun. Z to lower the twine boxes. Those look pretty empty to me. Okay, so let's close that up. And let's take it through the shed. I imagine, yeah, you know what, let's keep things simple. I'm going to pull it all the way through the shed. Now open those boxes. And then I'm going to go back inside the shed and just grab a pallet with the pallet forks that we have on here. We're already set up and we're not into anything else. Let's go ahead and do it. Wow, frame rate is definitely dropping with all this equipment going now. And bales. Right, so let's first open that up. Yeah. Now, let's see which of these is twine before we go grabbing around in here. That is bale twine. That's our molasses. And that is bale net. They want twine. You got it. And that looks like 0. So, disconnect from that. And I hope this works. Also wondering if we are going to need to have that on a tractor for it to have access to a menu, right? Like if we get this twine up next to it, but we don't have the, you know what I mean? If we don't have it hooked up to anything, it's not going to be able to see anything. Let's grab a pallet of twine. Let's grab a pallet of twine. We'll run it in next to the baler and see what it does. This is my least favorite part of this game. Although I do like the idea of running a forklift. As all guys do. I feel like the way that this is implemented is awfully challenging. Right, so I'm just going to drive this over next to it and see if it magically... Did I hit a pole? Just barely. I'm going to drive over and see if it magically pulls a bunch of it off there. And it does not. So, you hop out here. Nope. I think we're going to need to have a tractor hooked up to it to tell it to load. So, I'm going to drop that. Get this thing backed up. And once we get all this done, then we'll hop in our other 1455 and do a little rowing. Right. Refill baler. Alright. Now, how many of those did it take? Took quite a few of them. Enough to get started. So, pull away from here. Close those. And I'm going to leave this... no, I'm not, because we're sort of... No, that's fine. That's fine. Right, so this thing is not hot. So we can go ahead and turn it off. This thing is not hot, so we can get it parked up and then turn it off. So let's get it out of the way. Perfect. Drop those so nobody trips over them. Now, where's our rake? There it is. Beautiful. While that warms up, I'm going to hit this vape. So this thing, yeah, it was $100 grand. And really wasn't much wider than that Krona Swadro that we had earlier. So probably not the best purchase. I mean, it's where this thing really shines is on irregularly shaped fields, because you can have it dump to the left, right, or center. Big rectangular fields, I should probably lower it. You think? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to lower it. See if it works any better. Oh, check that out. Yeah. Here's your problem. You didn't lower your rower. Moment, please. Yep. I was checking a text message right there. Yeah, I was. Right, so these will cook for another 3 or 4 days. These silage bales here, and I'm happy about that because we are broke, and that wheel loader was 200 grand that I hadn't planned on spending. Don't regret doing it, but just unexpected expense. But I think I want to say this is going to make the 6,000 liter bales, and I don't know if they're like, is it the Heston bales that are physically bigger? I feel like these are the same dimension, they're just heavier. But hard to say. So, and how many rows do you want to do? We just need to do enough to bale a little bit. I'll do, let's do like half a dozen. Let's see how long half a dozen take. We may or may not do all the hay that we have out right now. And I think in the last episode, when we were working on grass, I said something to the effect of, you know, I like letting my hay sit in the sun for a couple days. I didn't really like make myself clear on that, but what I would like to see is that with seasons, you have to leave your grass out for a couple days when you make hay. That it, like right now, I mean, you hit it with the tedder and it's instantly hay. I would like to see it so you hit it with the tedder and it's still grass until it sits in the sun for a couple days. But now you actually have to like time it and look at the forecast. So if it's going to rain, right, like in real life, if it's going to rain, you can't make hay. So we've got 2 days of sun, and I would like to see it. I mean, I guess I could have just done it that way, but I'd like to see it so you tedder it, and it's still not hay until it cooks in the sun, not cooks like silage. You know what I meant. And depending on how these are going, depending on how many bales we're getting, I may do a few of these and then run and grab the hay pellet maker. Well, it's a generic pellet maker, but we're going to make hay pellets. Just to kind of mix it up a little bit, and then I will do all of this again off camera in the other field. So we'll have round bales, square bales, and pellets. So we mowed, we rode, we tedded, and we made 2 kinds of bales and pellets. So yeah, I think that's a good spread of grass activities. Try to mix it up a little bit. And I am also ready to wind down for the weekend. This is going to be my last sim anything, and then I'm done. I'm taking a break for a couple days. How many is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Let's do 4 more. Do 10. Man, I'm loving these little 1455s. They're, for a relatively small tractor, I mean, by Farm Sim 17 standards, they're a relatively small tractor. You stand up next to one in real life and they're massive, like all tractors are. But for a relatively small tractor, these things are just super handy. They're inexpensive to buy. They're inexpensive to maintain and run. In the game, I mean. And you can really do a lot with them. One thing I keep forgetting to do is I need to go pick up our fuel Bowser. It's still parked down at the end of the farm lane. That was 7. This is 8. I don't feel like we're losing a lot of volume having those little plowed patches, and in a way they do sort of add a little character or whatever. But I'm just concerned that if we stay on this map for very long, the whole field is going to end up covered with them. I don't know what's causing them. Something dragging, I guess. I don't know. So this is 8 then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is 8. this 9. Well, shoot. I feel like if we're going to do 10, we're going to be so close to the end, we may as well just do the rest of it. This is 9, that'll be 10. Nah, there's a few more minutes, so we'll pull up after this and hop in our baler. Straw Harvest, I don't know. Third-party DLC, I mean, the quality is there. The quality is definitely there. I haven't seen an update for it. It's been out for a few months, and I haven't seen an update. That's, to my experience, that's not typical. It seems like there's always at least a little tweak after the release of something. I mean, I assume if you're a third-party company selling DLC, you've got a testing procedure down, and you know it's all ready to go before you release it. But still, man, there's always something that needs a little extra attention. So if there is an update, I haven't seen it. I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm just saying I haven't seen it or gotten a notification for it. It's a great mod. Well, the actual equipment is great. There's a building, there's a warehouse where you can dump pellets, and then it makes them into pallets that you can either use. You can feed them directly to animals, I want to say. And there's also a little... get all this put away. There's also a little, almost a roadside stand where you can drop them off, and it's like it's selling them to the public or something. But that warehouse, the little stand, the little roadside stand looks great, but the warehouse looks kind of 1995. So I'm gonna let that, and actually before I forget, I'm gonna borrow another $5 grand. Hey, we owe so much money. I owe so much money. I'm gonna get a weight for the back of this thing, and then we're gonna do a little. What do you want to put on the back? Let's put 3 6,000 liter bales. Let's put 1.5 tons on the back, and we can actually. I didn't need to borrow that much money, so we can pay a little bit of that back. Then we're going to. Close your eyes. Pretend you're not going to see this. We're going to have it delivered. Yeah. We stayed immersed. We just had it delivered. Oh, where did it go? There it is. Yep. Back weight for our wheel loader. Start this up. I do need a HUD for this. I haven't used it a whole lot. So... go. Oh, derp. It will not unload if you don't have this. Well, depends on how you buy it. I bought it to have the 3-bale chute on the back of it. If you buy it in that configuration and you don't put the chute on, you can't use it because there's no way for the bales to get out. So this is a bit of a mini game, and I have done this before. It does not like to hook up, and this is one of the reasons why I don't use manual attaching. I like manual attaching, but I feel like as the mods have gotten more and more sort of involved and comprehensive, manual attaching has not kept up. Maybe in 2019. Right. So now we need to unfold this, which actually physically connects it and unfolds it. We need to unfold that. I'm curious. I want to watch the little meter over there and see when it like see what volume it goes to before it starts a new bale. Oh yeah, these are going to be 6,000. Super. I thought they were 6,000 or 8,000. Oh, my goodness, these are going to be massive. Okay. Well, that cuts both ways. We're going to get a lot more money for them, but we're going to have a lot less of them. So, I mean, it'll be exactly the same dollar amount because the price we're getting is per ton. Okay. Cool. So we don't need this anymore. Get rid of that. And it looks like we're going to get about 2 per row, so we'll get 20. Perfect. Yeah, this is the all out of the straw harvest mod. You know what? I'm not going to make that turn. This is all out of the straw harvest mod by Aerosoft, I want to say. Zoom in a little bit here. And then I believe it's going to be, it's like shoulder button Y, I think, to unload that little 3-way thing, whatever you want to call it. It's nice if you're manually picking up the bales, and I want to pick up at least some of them with that wheel loader. If you're using auto load on a trailer, you can just scoot around the whole field, but this is nice because it sort of keeps the bales like together in, not in one place, but like there's less places you have to go to get bales. It keeps them in like groups of 3, so there's, well, 2/3 less stops you need to make. Is that right? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. You don't have to like chase all over the field. And I think, depending on how we do this, we may be able to even drop these sort of closer to one another. Let's see. Come on. Come on. It's almost there. Nope. Fantastic. It does it automatically. For some reason, I seem to remember unloading that thing manually, but clearly I'm mistaken. Right. Autosave. Trying to think how many of these I want to do, how many we need to do. Man, that's at 8,000 liters a piece, 24,000. That's like, well, it's twice the weight of a regular bale. So, okay, let's do, I kind of want to bust out the pellet maker today. And we've been going how long? About 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Let's do, do 3 more, which will probably be the rest of this row plus that one. Then we'll hop in the pellet maker and do those other rows. Is that a fair deal? Because that'll be about enough grass work. And then I'll do the rest off camera. Yeah, let's do it that way. And now I'm wondering, no, timing will not work, but I was wondering if we weren't going to be able to drop these 3 right next to the other 3. Either way, it's all going to work out. Well, maybe. I don't know, man. That's quite a bit of hay we still have the rest of this row. Looks like that's going to be just about right. Perfect. Right next to each other. Could not have planned it better. So, let's do this. I'm going to pull this up. No, I'll leave it over there with the other equipment. I am curious about this grab, though. I know the one that works on the front loader. Well, let's just check it out, man. We got time. We got time. So, we're going to put this right here. Drop that. Head over to, right now, when we put twine in the other baler, I guess this isn't a baler, it's a pellet maker, so I don't want to call it a baler, but when we put twine in the other one, right, we had to open the panels and then we had it on front loader. So first thing to do, let's take this thing over by the water pump, because we need to put water and molasses in it. And I'm curious if anything is going to happen when we get over here. Aha. Perfect. We can fill it directly from our water tank. So now I'm hoping that we can just drive through the shed and pull up next to those pallets of molasses and fill it that way. Right. I'm also curious how fast this thing is going to move. I know when I use this on PGR Bruzda, it moved very, very slowly, like literally 2 miles per hour behind a giant 500 horsepower Fendt tractor. So I'm hoping we can do a little better than that, but keep my options open. Right. Zoom down through the roof. Here's our molasses. Beautiful. %, huh? Give me the rest. That's nice. It's got a big trigger. Kind of extends out. So at least for this unit versus the baler, we know you don't need to be super close. Right. Moving pretty good. No, we're really not. Yep. Well, I got the power, man. See, this is this. Same thing that happened to PGR Brewster. Whoa. So, naturally, we're gonna get rid of this guy. That stays on to cool down. That has already cooled down, so we can turn it off. And let's hop in the quad track. If the quad track can't do it, then I'm comfortable saying that the power demands of that pellet maker are busted. Because it says it needs like 435 horsepower. And I think the Magnum is 450. I don't know. Plenty, in other words. In theory, if this thing can't move it, then, like I said, there's some type of disconnect. This thing is really grabby. Come on, man. There you go. Right. So once again, we start our... Wow. You see what I'm saying? That seems a little bit yeah, come on, man. That seems a little bit unreasonable. Like, do you need a locomotive to pull it? Now, I know it's got more realistic, but this seems, well, that seems not realistic. This is exactly the same problem I had on PGR Brewster. Well, we're committed now. We're going to finish. That's what we do. Trying to think what else we can do. No, that wouldn't work. Yeah, man. This is a mystery. Well, it's not a mystery. It's just, it's not configured properly. This is a compelling video. You're digging it, aren't you? I know you are. For anybody who's OCD right now, they're like not going to be able to look away until we fill this thing. But we're just going to fill it one time, and then I may sell it because I think I paid like 300 grand for it. Oh, game. Oh, game. So we'll do the rest of these. Obviously, we'll do the rest of these rows as bales because this is just madness right now. It's madness, but I can't stop. You know what it's like. I don't, yeah, this tractor is what? 580 horsepower, and this thing requires 400 something? Or 385 or something? It's, yeah, clearly it's broken. And it's a nice piece, but it's no way to run a railroad. And on PGR Brewsta, I was in a giant, like 20-hectare field with these rows that went like horizon to horizon, and I was trying to do this, and it was just, it's making me crazy. Crazier. I don't even know what we can sell these for. I want to say a lot, but man, there's not enough weed in this universe for me to be high enough to do this long enough to make any money at it. Like, we're gonna fill this thing one time and then call it, because this is crazy. Come on. Is there a setting? Am I missing something? No. There's... You can turn it on or off. You can lift the pickup, but there's no, like, you know what I mean? There's no set, like, it's not dragging something, or, you know, we need to, like, put the landing gear up, put the landing gear down, or change something, or do something. Like, no, it's just cuckoo bananas. You know what? I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. You stick with me. I'm sticking with this, and we're gonna make the world's worst video. To be fair, that thing is a monster. Because look, man, that's a quad track, and it's like bigger than the quad track. That thing is like as big as a little house. Oh, now we're moving. Bump. It's like you kicked it in the crotch. Right. Back down this road. Ooh. No. I thought we were making time there for a minute. Yeah, I wonder if it's the size of the windrow. Curious. Okay, let's do this. 45 minutes from now, when we get down to the end of this row, let's take it over in just the unroad. You know what I mean? Let's take it over in the unroad hay and see if it's any faster. I really should time-lapse this. This is insanity. But I can't give up, man. This is OCD right here. OCD is like every common sense part of my body is like, dude, just stop, man. Go grab the wheel loader, pick up those bales, do something, anything. And then the OCD part of me is like, no, we'll just finish. We'll just get down to the end of this row. Oh yeah. So yeah, man, FS19 coming out. I saw October 25th. Is that the unofficial release date? Unconfirmed. That was something that somebody said at E3. So yeah, England went through, right? Saw that. Looks like last I saw, Lewis Hamilton is on the pole at Silverstone. There's all kinds of good things happening in the world. We're about halfway there. No, not halfway. Not even close. Come on. Come on. I want to say you can sell this stuff for about as much as canola. It just takes 8,000 times longer to make it. Not giving up. Not giving up. Come on, OCD. You know, the other thing I can do... Alright. The other thing I can do is go put like a 700 horsepower engine in this thing. In fact, I am going to do that. Is there anything else this has been struggling with? No, not really, because we had it on the plow, that Jimpa plow, and it had no problems with it. Tell you what, let's do this. I am going to park this thing up for a moment. I'm going to get on the wheel loader. Yeah, I'm going to park this up. I'm going to get on the wheel loader. I'm going to get those bales out of the field, and then at the very end I'm going to save game, put a massive engine in this thing, and try it one more time. Maybe it just needs like 800 horsepower. Because this is... surely there's no piece of equipment. I mean, maybe in the real world, but come on, man. It's just a game. This is not fun. This is like... oh. But we are half full. So, at the end of this row, we're going to park this thing up. In fact, no, we're keeping the quad track. I was thinking, just for a minute, what if I put big wheels on this thing? I kind of like the look of a quad track. Not a quad track, a Stagger with big wheels, but no, we'll leave it that way. Right, so now we turn this off, because that's cooled down. I'm going to go hop in this thing. Get this up and out of the way. And what I want to check is, I believe those bales are the same physical size, they just weigh twice as much. But I want to confirm that, because technically they're Hestons, are they not? But I feel like they're the same size as a regular bale. So now if we go in here, and go here. So these are bigger Ultima bales, HP bales, pallets, big bales. Let's try that to start with. Yeah, let's try that to start with. So, and what I'm going to do is pick those bales up manually and then see if it auto loads them when we get close, which is kind of a compromise. It at least stacks them a little neater. But we're not on auto load right now. I'm going to try to load them manually. They look the same size. They really do. They look the same size as a regular bale. I can't tell. Right. So let's thing right there. Brakes on. Go hop in our wheel loader, and I will do these, and then I'll do the quad track, and then we'll call it an episode. We've had enough fun. Fred JCB, I know there's some people that are super happy and loving this right now, and there are other people that are furious. That's cool. So, let's get this gigantic weight on here. And what did we say, 1.5 tons? Perfect. So, unfold this thing. Yeah, see, it never really goes. Never really goes horizontal. Or, no, what's the other one? Vertical. Right, so if I go like this, right? All the way down, just about. And then, like it is, no, I missed it. I know there are people that are better at this than me, and I'm comfortable with that. Also, it is the first time I've used this grab, and then, like so, right? I mean, it's not ideal, but it'll do. It's at the wrong, it's the wrong direction. That's the thing that I don't like. So, now the nice thing is once you get 2 rows on there, you can grab them like 5 at a time. So we want to go over here. Ah, missed it completely. That's not right. There you go. Better. All right. All right. That is why I don't stack bales. I mean, we got them on there, but that would take forever. So, that. That's that. Turn this off. Do the quad track and call it an episode. Because one way or another, well, one way or another, we're done with this pellet maker. If high horsepower gets it done, then fantastic. That'll be where we're at. If it doesn't, then yeah, we'll finish off and sell this thing. So, be right back. Brakes are awfully sensitive in this mod. All right. In we go. Just the engine, or you want to do wheels too? I like the tracks. We haven't really done a whole lot of tracked vehicles. Let's go like 75 grand. It's only money. It's only fake money. Customize. Engine. 643, 692. 692. Well, it's only 5 grand. No. Stick with what we got. So what are we on now? $692 horsepower? Is that what we said? And I'll confirm what this thing requires. $350. So we have double the horsepower that it's calling for. See how she goes. I mean, that's better. That's 2 miles an hour versus 1, so it's going... Oh, you're kidding me. No, there's something broken in there. 700 horsepower is struggling to move a 350 horsepower mod. Something definitely wrong in there. I mean, what? It's more like 1,000 horsepower. You know I gotta go down to the end of this row now. You know I do. Okay, well, fortunately the engine upgrade was only 5 grand. And I'll put the rest of that money back against our loan. I thought it was going to be like 40,000 to upgrade that engine. And we're in a higher gear. That's something. I don't know. It's bizarre. I had the same problem on PGR Brewsta, and I thought it was just something whatever, but this is clearly a busted mod. I don't know if it's the mod itself or if it's the way that it interfaces with more realistic. And who knows? I mean, maybe that's the way this thing is in real life. This pellet maker, that it really goes this slow. But as much as I like realism in game, at a certain point it's like, okay, that's not even fun anymore. That's just dumb. So, okay. Yeah, I will do the rest of the grass work off camera. So the next time we meet should be first day of autumn, first day of harvest, and we'll see what we got going on. I will probably, well, those silage bales will be fermented by then, so those will be ready to sell. And between now and then, I will sell these pellets. In fact, when we get down to the end of the road, let me see what they're selling for. Oh god, this is crazy. But we are going twice as fast as we were, for what it's worth. And the thing is, like I was thinking earlier, well, maybe if we were going across a smaller row, right, there would be less volume for it to process and it'd be able to go faster. And then it's like, yeah, but it's the same at the end of the day, because if it's going over a smaller row, we may be rolling faster, but it's picking up less material. So, right? What's the net savings? Sweet monkey, come on, man. Ugh. This is madness. But we're done. We're done. Yeah, it really doesn't like that part of the row. And it, you know what? It goes a lot faster on a even with the pickup down, it goes a lot faster when it's not picking anything up. So it's like it's not the speed, it's something else. Let's drive over a skinny unrowed little hay thing and see how it does. That's interesting. But the thing is, like, I'm not going to drive this thing on unrowed hay. It would take forever. You know what I mean? Like to go back and forth and make sure that you got all of it, that would take forever. I mean, this is going faster, relatively. We're going 3 instead of 1. All right. Well, we're close enough to being done now. Is it like 95%? Ah, can't take it anymore. Cannot take it. Get our pipe out. I will do this. Anything involving this thing in the future, I will do it off camera, because this is insanity. Right. What's this stuff even selling for right now? That's completely the wrong menu. What's this stuff even selling for right now? There we go. Hay pellets. It's looking like $1,400 a ton. So about 12,000 for what's in there right now. We could use 12,000. Let's pay that down. Curious. And I don't think we've used our farm truck yet. I know this has been kind of a goofy episode, but you know what? This is how I farm. So. So it says barn is the best price. Where is barn? Right on the other side there. Okay. I'm stuck. We're making one last trip, folks. We're going to the barn. And I have to remember to put that fuel tender away before this game day ends. I have to remember to put that away. Whoa. Don't want to drive into our barley field. Yep. Here's our little fuel tender. Ah. Just focusing on driving. I'm still here. So we're going to, it's just called barn. Can't really see. Definitely can't see. We going the right way? I think we are. This is a kind of a deceptively big map. Right, that's where we're going. Where's the turn? Did I just miss it? No, here it is. Is it? Yep. See a mailbox. Oh. Yep, there's something back here. Brakes on. Open the gate. I'm guessing this is our hay and straw buy. Right. $11,300 folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017 from Lone Oak Farm. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.